without a tail. I'll do, and
I'll give thee a wind.
thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other. A drum.
A drum. Bakerloo's evening of scary stories doth come. Welcome everyone to Bakerloo's evening of scary stories. My name is Abby Fedor, and I work for this company in lots of ways, one of which is I sit on the board as the president, and also sitting on the board is Liz Labaz. We're here to just introduce the evening very quickly. There's lots of signage around, and there's pictures of our company. Some of you might know us, some of you might not. But essentially, Bakerloo Theater Project has been around for 11 years. And we've been in the capital region of New York, among other places, performing summer seasons there, classical theater, sort of a new spin to it. And we're actually in the process of trying to transition the theater company here to Pittsburgh. We've had a stronger Pittsburgh component for a while, and so we're working to have a summer season, a full summer season here by next summer. And so events like this are great for being part of that, and we really appreciate, we are a small nonprofit, and anything you donate tonight helps us out a lot in that way, so I want to thank you for being here.
Tonight you are specifically here for an evening of spooky stories and readings. It'll be a combination of modern stories, classic poetry, and a little bit more Shakespeare. Any of the pastries you buy go directly to Bakerloo Theater Project. We have a lot of bakers in the house who donated to do that. And then any beverages you buy go to our generous host, Tay Cafe. With that, I think we're about ready to start the evening.
Bernice! I call upon her name, Bernice, and from the gray ruins of memory, 1,000 tumultuous recollections are startled at the sound. Ah, vividly is her image before me now, as in the early days of her lightheartedness and joy. Oh, gorgeous yet fantastic beauty! And then all is mystery and terror, and a tale which should not be told. Disease, a fatal disease, fell like the simoon upon her face, and even while I gazed upon her, the spirit of change swept over her, pervading her mind, her habits, and her character, and, in a manner with most subtle and terrible, disturbed.
Peter liked to play pranks on his friends. Scary pranks on his friends.
Yeah! Oh, buddy.
Peter said to me with a chuckle.
You look like you just seen that ghost slide.
Rattle, rattle, clank, clink. When Sheriff finished his story, the town folk said goodnight and quickly drove home. Peter was left alone in the cold.
That and, of course, the screaming banshee.
Added Doc.
The screaming what? Touch the wooden gate in the wall you never saw before. Say please before you open the latch. Go through. Walk down the path. A red metal imp hangs from the green painted front door as a knocker. Do not touch it. It will bite your fingers. Walk through the house. Take nothing. Eat nothing. However, if any creature tells you that it hungers, feed it. If it tells you that it is dirty, clean it. If it cries to you that it hurts, if you can, ease its pain. From the back garden, you will be able to see the wild wood. The deep well you walk past leads to Winter's realm. There is another land at the bottom of it. If you turn around here, you can walk back safely. You will lose no face. I will think no less of you. Once through the garden, you will be in the wood. The trees are old. Eyes peer from the undergrowth. Beneath a twisted oak sits an old woman. She may ask for something. Give it to her. She will point the way to the castle. Inside it are 3 princesses. Do not trust the youngest. Walk on.
Will you walk into my parlor?
Said the spider to the fly.
'Tis the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair, and I've a many curious thing to show you when you are there,
Oh, no, no, no.
said the little fly.
For ask me is in vain, for who goes up your winding stair can ne'er come down again.
I'm sure you must be weary, dear, with soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed?
Said the spider to the fly.
Came out to his door again, and merrily did sing.
Come hither, hither, pretty fly, with a pearl and silver wing. Your robes are green and purple, there's a crest upon your head. Your eyes are like the diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead.
Alas, alas, how very soon that little
Thinking straight, I would have hidden the most valuable items in my dresser drawer, but instead, panicked by the thought of her hand on my doorknob, I tore open the wrappers and began cramming the candy bars in my mouth desperately like someone in a contest. Most were miniature, which made it easier to accommodate, but there was still only so much room and it was hard to chew and fit in more at the same time. My mother told the Tomkey she needed to check on something. She closed the door behind her and moved toward my bed and snatched up a roll of Necker wafers. Not those, I pleaded, but rather than words, my mouth expelled chocolate. Chewed chocolate, which fell onto the sleeve of her sweater. Not those. Not those. She shook her arm and the mound of chocolate dropped like a horrible turd upon my bedspread. You should look at yourself, she said. I mean, really. Along with the Necker wafer, she took
Like
several...
Mr. Death's other kingdom, waking alone.
At the hour when we are trembling with tenderness, lips that would kiss form prayers to broken stone.
The eyes are not here.
There are no eyes here.
In this valley of dying stars.
In this hollow valley,
This broken jaw of our lost kingdoms.
in
In this last of meeting places, we grope together and avoid speech, gathered on this beach of the tumid river.
Sightless.
unless the eyes reappear as the perpetual star.
Multifoliate rows of death's twilight kingdom.
The hope only of empty men.
Here we go round the prickly pear. Prickly.
Pear.
Prickly.
Pear.
Here we go round the prickly pear.
Tramps and vagabonds have marks they make on gateposts, letting others of their kind know a little about the people who live at the house. I think cats must have similar signs. How else to explain that cats turn up at our door throughout the year, hungry and flea-ridden and abandoned? And they stay with us for a few months, or for a year, or forever. The cat population of my house is currently as follows: Hermione and Pod, Furball, Snowflake, and Snowflake's daughter. And then there is the black cat. I went away for a few weeks to finish writing a book, and when I came home, he was still on our porch. He was, however, almost unrecognizable. Patches of fur had gone, and there were deep scratches on his gray skin. The tip of one ear was chewed away, and there was a gash beneath one eye. Each night, the scratches would be worse.
I mean,
One
my
night
sense of history, I did it for posterity, for kindergarten teachers and a clear moral. Little girls shouldn't wander off in search of strange flowers, and they mustn't speak to strangers. And then grant me my generous sense of plot. Couldn't I have gobbled her up right there in the jungle?
She held her gown on either side to let her slippers show, and up the walk she went with pride, the way great ladies go. And where the wall is built in new, and is of ivy bare, she paused, then opened and passed through the gate that once was there.
Bathed in a cold quicksilver sweat wilt lie, a verier ghost than I. What I will say, I will not tell thee now, was that preserve thee. And since my love is spent, I'd rather thou shouldst painfully repent than by my threatenings rest still innocent.
So whenever the spill of flowers thought of his hand, spilled and broke open, spilling red, white, and yellow tea roses beside the dented trash cans, where cats made alien love in the dark, screaming in love, screaming. He swung the hammer, and she didn't scream, but she might scream because she wasn't Norma. None of them were Norma, and he swung the hammer. She wasn't Norma, and so he swung the hammer as he had done 5 other times.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further. Mark me, I will. My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's ghost, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast and fire till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would herald a
Heavenly host. O earth. What else? And shall I couple hell? Oh, fie. Hold my heart.
Shall we three meet today?
Well, on your table, you will find a little flyer. This is part of a story event that we want to keep going because we have such a great reception and we've had so many generous bakers and it was just a great time.
There ain't no second chance against the thing with 40 hours.